Hey, Shalom, Israel. We're the Isupk, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under commanding General Yohana, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. Since 1969, we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that they are God's chosen people. And with that comes responsibilities, laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. What's going on, in the earth today? What's going on with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Why are we in the condition we're in? Why can we not get out of this condition? Why does the other nations hate us so much when all we've ever done is be good slaves and good servants? Okay, 2024, and all the other nations have a hatred for the slaves or the people on the bottom of the earth. In this captivity that we're in, we seem to not get, any relief of any sort, okay, when it comes to the oppression that is put on us. Why are we the ones who are blamed for everything when we are not in a position to rule anything or to make any decisions that will govern anybody else's life? But we seem to be the scapegoat, the people that everybody hates. Anytime something in the earth happens, it's our fault. Okay? It's them Black people, them Hispanics, the Mexicans, them Puerto Ricans. We are the problem. And is the reason why it's that way. Nothing is by chance, okay? It's that way because the God of the universe created it to be that way. He wanted it this way. He wants separation. He wants you to be able to see and realize and understand that there is no God loves everybody. We are all one people. We all bleed red. Nobody else believes that except Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Donald Trump does not believe that. Kamala Harris does not believe that. The only time they tell you they believe that is when they want something from you. They want your vote to put them in power so they can make more money. This whole thing is about them making money. They're fighting over the seat to be able to make decisions to put money in their pockets. And they make you think that they love you to help them get that authority, where in reality, they do not love you. Donald Trump he's pretty much open about it. They just had some incident at one of his rallies where the comedian said the island of Puerto Rico is a floating, what did he say? It's a floating island of garbage. Puerto Rico is a floating island of garbage. When they do not talk that way about anybody else. The Irans or the Muslims are at full out war with them, but they don't have anything negative to say like they do against God's chosen people. And that's the whole point. Like God's chosen people are the people that are hated in the earth today. The people that God chose to go into a covenant with are the people that the whole earth hates. They have a perpetual hatred for it, which is described in the Bible. So that is the whole point, to wake Black people up into the reality of who they are. And once you know who you are, fully understand who you are, then you will understand how you're supposed to behave and live in the earth. Now, knowing how to behave and live in the earth, it's just you following the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High God of the universe established for you. Once you realize who you are, you'll understand that you have to come back. There's a certain way that you have to live. There's a certain mindset that you must have. Okay? Christ had the mindset that we need to have. Okay? He said and did many things that showed us that he cared for his family. He cared for his people, not the whole earth, not everybody. Okay? So we have to come back and follow Christ. We have to find out how he lived, what he did, who he loved, and that's what we must do as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. Okay? So we got off to a late start. Let's see a couple of sisters in the chat. Jess Art and Paint, Shalom Yahweh Shamal Athab Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bana Banyamyan Shamal Yahweh Shamal Athab Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read a few scriptures to point out the hatred that the other nations have for us, and that it was foreseen in the Bible. The Most High God of the universe made it this way. He established it so he wants us to be separated, but we want to love everybody else. So the Most High had to make them a certain way so you can see for yourself who you should be loving, who you should be considering to be your brothers and sisters. It's not the whole world, okay? We have a bloodline, and that's something, people just seem to not want to really understand and take grasp of, is the people, the men, women, and children that were on slave ships descend from a certain bloodline. Nobody seems to want to really bring that out. Who are these people? Who are these people that were on these slave ships? Okay. That's the question. That is the $1 million question. That's the question no one wants to answer. That's the question no one wants to tackle. Who are these people? Okay. I'll tell you who they are. They are God's chosen people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are the people that went into a covenant with the Most High God of the universe. Okay? And by us being his chosen people, everybody else hates us. Okay, we can read that in the book of Psalms, chapter 83. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 83. And we'll start at verse 1. Okay. Actually, let's go to 64. Let me see what that says. Chapter 64. And we'll start at Psalm 64. What's going on here? 1 second. Shit, what did I just do? Okay, the book of Psalms, chapter 64. We'll start at verse 1. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. We don't like to acknowledge the fact that we have enemies. In the bloodline that we come from, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, King David is part of that bloodline, okay? And right here, he's telling us we have enemies. But today, 2024, we would like to think that we don't have any enemies, that, you know, we're supposed to love everybody when nobody else loves us, okay? Which is insane. 1 second. What we got going on? Okay. $64. 1. Okay, so we're in the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 1. Okay. Hear my voice. This is King David. Oh God, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Like, we shouldn't fear, you know, these other nations. You know who we should fear? We should fear the Most High Power, because he created them. He controls them. He gives them the power that they have to rule over you, because you will not do what he's saying to do. So now he has to punish you. How is he going to punish you? By giving these other nations the power that he gives them to be over you, okay? But the Lord is saying, King David is saying, don't let me fear them, okay? Verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who want their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. That's like what they did against the tribe of Ephraim, right? They said, what did they say? There's a floating island of garbage. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Like, why would you do that? Because they have this hatred for you that the Lord put in them. The Lord put that in them, made them that way. So you can understand who you are and who you're supposed to love, okay? Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. Okay. So let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 83. Okay, we'll go to Psalms 83 now and show how all the other nations hate Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right. The book of Psalms, chapter 83. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. So the Most High has enemies, and the people that he chose, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, those enemies that God have, they're your enemies too. Okay? And that's why they hate you. They are aware of being your enemy. You're just not aware that they're your enemy because they lie to you and they're a snake and tell you God loves everybody, but then, try to kill you or unalive you. All right? For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Okay, so they do certain things to make life harder for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They take counsel among themselves to, jam you up and try to get your life harder, make things worse for you. And at the same time, try to put you in the mindset that God loves everybody. You got to love everybody when they don't do that themselves, okay? Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Like, that's what they want. Why do you not have your own, land? Why are you not your own, people and family? Why can't you be a nation outside of African American, outside of, being a Jamaican or whatever, or a Puerto Rican? Why can't you be a nation of people without them being a part of it? Because they don't want you to be that. They want you to be a servant. As long as you're under them, you're just a servant. That's all. Okay? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. See, they don't want you to remember who you are. They just want to be able to say that you're just a floating island of garbage. But if you don't know that you're God's chosen people, they can do that to you and get away with it. They can say these things and get away with it. Okay? That's what we have to understand who we are. Where did you come from off that slave ship? You didn't just come from Africa. What were you doing over there? How did you live? What was your your laws? What was your lifestyle? What was your culture? They don't want you to ever learn that. And by you not being a nation and not knowing who you are, remembering who you are, now they can just say you're Puerto Rican. You're just a Cuban you're an island, a floating island of garbage. Okay? This is what they're doing to us. And we have to separate from them. Okay? Verse 3. For they have consulted they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. That's talking about all the nations on the earth, all the other families, and we're going to read them shortly. Chinese, East Indian, the so-called white man, all of them. They have consulted together with one consent to be against God's chosen people. And it's so plain to see. I just don't understand why, why it's so hard for us to wake up and come together. Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. So here we go. These people that are against the Most High and his chosen people, we're going to read who they are right now. Okay? And keep in mind, there's only like 11 nations on the earth. We're going to read all of them right now that are against the Most High God and his chosen people. Okay? Verse 5. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. That's the so-called white man right there. Okay? And the Ishmaelites. Okay? Of Moab and the Hagarenes. Gabal and Ammon and Amalek. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. Okay, so this is basically reading all of the nations that are on the earth today and saying that they're all against God's chosen people. And that's why we're in the condition that we're in right now, is because we don't want to we don't want to wake up to the fact that they hate us. Okay. We don't want to wake up to the fact that we got to separate from them. 1 second. All right, so this is what we need to do. We need to understand and know who we are in the earth today. And that will help you understand why America, why the East Indians, why the Chinese people, why they all hate us. Because we are the people that we just read that want, that saying, God, they are against you. If they're against the Most High, they're against the Most High's chosen people, okay? And that's Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are the people that God chose, okay? Hey, shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah.
Shalom, say Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah.
What's going on with you?
I'm good, sir. I'm too up, sir.
No sign of Christ. No sign of Christ. All right, so I started a little late tonight, but I'm trying to get into, this thing that just happened to us where Donald Trump and his supporters said that Puerto Rico is a floating island of garbage. And the thing is that they have a natural hatred for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And God made it that way. It's not by coincidence. They don't even know why they're like this. You understand? They don't even know why they are this way. It's because the Most High God of the universe created them to be this way. And he created us to be a certain way too. We just have to know we have to put everything in perspective of what we're supposed to be doing and how we're supposed to be living. We're loving the wrong people, Masha. We're loving the wrong people.
What are the concern?
We are seeking their love. Why are we seeking their love so much? Why do you think that we are seeking their love so much?
Because, Salakia, sir, because we think that they can do everything for us. They give us job. They give us money to take care of our family. But we think these people can save us.
That's
But this is not true.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. That's perfect what you just said. That's perfect what you just said. We think that we almost look at them like their God because they have the money. They have the money. They have all the resources. They have everything. It seems like it anyway. They have all the things that is required for life, for us to live, for us to, not die. They hold all the keys, basically. You know what I mean? They have.
Right.
Listen, that was said, it would happen. That same thing that you just said, Moses told us that would happen to us if we stop keeping God's laws. Am I wrong? Moses told us
you're not wrong.
would happen to us. Where's that at? In Deuteronomy 28?
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Right. And want for all things. Which He said we would go to them and want for all things.
All things.
Yeah, it's on verse 48.
Yes.
Deuteronomy 28 and 48.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shall thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall set against thee, and hunger, and thirst, and nakedness, and want all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
That's it. That's what happened to us. 2024, we went through this, and now we're at the end of it. He already put the yoke of iron on our neck. You know, now we're destroyed. That yoke of iron came off once we were destroyed. Once to be destroyed is to look at another nation of people and think that they can save you, and you can't save yourself. You're destroyed. You can't save yourself. They have to save you. So now you're destroyed, okay? And that's what happened to us. That's why we look to them for everything, because we stopped keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, okay? Therefore shall thou serve thine enemies. Like all this stuff right here it's like right in front of you. The Bible says you have enemies, but your enemy's telling you you don't have enemies. Your enemy is telling you you don't have enemies. It's crazy. But the Bible is telling you that you have enemies. And your enemies is telling you that you live on a floating island of garbage. That's your enemy. Okay, that's not your friend.
In Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
In Salakia, sir. And you just read it earlier in Psalm 83. He named all the names of your enemies, and you still don't believe that you have enemies.
Right. It's crazy. 1 second. Okay, Salaki. So yeah, that's what I'm trying. That's my whole point. I want to bring out, and we have to do these classes to show Black people. Hopefully, they'll tune in and see that we've been lied to. Like our whole life, our whole existence is a fairy tale. It's a lie. Everything the truth of your life is in this book called the Bible. This is the truth of your life. This is where it's at right here in the Bible. And we have to read these scriptures that nobody else wants to read and break it down for
Right.
show how they're supposed to be living. This is how you're supposed to be living. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So let's continue reading. I'm going to read verse 48 again. Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Now the Most High God is sending the enemy to his chosen people. So we know the people right now that we're reading about at this particular point in the Bible are the so-called Israelites under Moses, right? The
That I don't cancel.
Right, the Israelites under Moses is who this book is talking to right now. I'm going to keep reading, but keep that in mind because you have to understand the million-dollar question is 2024, Masha, who are these people that we're reading about right now? Who are these people today? Are they the Chinese people? Are they the East Indians? Are they the so-called Indians? Who are these people?
Sir.
Right.
Salakia, sir. They are God chosen people, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, sir.
Exactly. We have to prove that to them and show them this and let them know that these scriptures are talking about you. This book is your
Right.
your manual how to live in the earth. Okay. So right here it says, therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Now the Lord is sending your enemy against you. So for what? Here it is. In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. That's where we're at today. Now, that's crazy because the way you can prove who God's chosen people are is in 2024. Look at this scripture and say, who is this happening to? Who is this happening to right now today? What people go to another people and want for and want for food, want for clothes, want for all things? What people do that? Does the Chinese people go to another people and want of all things? Go ahead.
Sir.
Right. Do the East Indians, do they go to another people and want for all things, or do they have their own land?
They have their own land, sir. Their own business, their own everything.
Yeah. The Arab people got their own land. Even the Ethiopian, the Africans, they got their own land. They got their own water.
Right.
They make their own clothes. They grow their own food. Now, there is a people on the earth that don't have their own land, don't have, resources, don't have their own government. You understand? There is a people that this is happening to. And those people are God's chosen people. Those people
right.
that this is happening to are the people that God actually loves. I know it sounds so crazy because they're being punished. They're on the bottom. But God actually loves these people. And he's punishing them right now because they did not do what they said they would do. So like any good father, he's spanking some tail right now. Okay? Go ahead and pick up on verse 49, if you would.
Verse 49, book Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fly. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
So that happened to a people. A people went into captivity under another people, and it happened real quick, real fast. And we didn't understand their tongue. Though that they show movies about that. Okay, it's called Roots, where it showed that we didn't understand their language. We had to learn how to speak their language. Keep reading. This happened to God's chosen people, by the way. Go ahead. Keep reading.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance,
Stop.
which shall not regard.
Stop. That's the point. That's the point right there, what you just read. A nation of fierce continents. They have a very fierce continence against God's chosen people. From the point to where the police are shooting us and killing us, to where a comedian will get on a stage and call a whole nation of people garbage. Donald Trump will call a whole nation of people garbage. These are people with a fierce continence against their enemy. The enemy is you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man, woman, and child. You're the enemy. Okay? Keep reading.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
And that's what's happening to us. That's what's been happening to us for 500 years. In the cotton field, in the sugarcane field, even in the streets of America right now today, they do not show favor to the young or the old. It doesn't matter. They have that perpetual hatred for you, Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. That's why they're telling you that you are garbage. On national television, they say you are garbage and there is no repercussions from it. So they would never get on national TV and say that China is a nation of garbage. They would never do that because they know there will be repercussions. But God's chosen people that are on the bottom and being punished, we're already in a low state. And that's why they take shots at you like that, because you can't even protect yourself. You don't have an army. You don't have a government. So they are going to show how much they hate you while, you know what I mean, while you can't even protect yourself. You can't stand up for yourself. What do? We're in such a bad condition so we can't stand up for ourselves. We have to join ourselves to our enemies. We have to join ourselves to the Arab man and say that we are Muslims. We have to join ourselves to the white man and say that we're Christians. That's a low state. That's somebody who is destroyed. That you can't stand on your own 2 feet. You can't even imagine it. You have to join yourself to somebody else and then be in a, what do they call it? A abusive relationship. We are in an abusive relationship with our enemy. We decided to go into a relationship with our enemy, and now he's abusing us. Okay? So anyway, let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, go to chapter 2, okay? And read, we're going to read about how it looks to join yourself to your enemy. You're joining yourself to your enemy because the Lord has let your enemy destroy you. Now that you are destroyed, you have to join yourself to your enemy and be in an abusive relationship with them. We've been in an abusive relationship with Esau for over 500 years. Go ahead and read it. Hold ahead.
Yes, sir. What verse, sir?
Okay,
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2.
verse verse 32.
And I don't concern. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments,
Slacky, go to verse 31.
or a bride
Slacky, start at verse
31?
31. The water.
Verse 31. O generation, see ye the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, we are lords. We will come no more unto thee.
Right. So the Lord is saying, did I not bring, you know what I mean? Was I not a God to you? Did I not provide to you everything you needed when I brought you out of the land of Egypt? Did I not, you know what I mean, give you your own land? Did I not provide for you? Keep reading. So now you're going to say, oh, we're going to be our own gods. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten attire that I don't concern. Attire. Yet my people have forgotten me days without number.
Right. We totally, so here's the point. The book of Deuteronomy tells us if we stop serving our God, he is going to put us into slavery, or he's going to punish us, right? So now we're reading, fast forward, Jeremiah's time. He's saying, O generation, see ye the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel? So like the Lord is saying, he's asking his chosen people, Israel, was I wilderness to you? What is it like to be in the wilderness? You don't have water, you don't have food, no shelter, you know what I'm saying? The Lord said, was I a wilderness to you? No, he wasn't. The Lord gave us everything we needed when we first went into this covenant with him. He gave us, he ran 7 nations out of the land and gave it to us, filled with milk and honey, right? Okay. And then he goes on to say, a land of darkness. He's asking, is this what we think he was to us? Wherefore say my people, we are lords. We will come no more unto thee. Now we are full of ourselves. He don't bless us, put us in this land, gave us everything we need. Now we're saying, you know what? What do we need a God for? We forgot we were in Egypt at one time. We forgot. Now we're saying, man,
Right.
we got to go on. We fat. What do we need God for? Man, we don't need God. We're going to do this thing on our own. That's what this scripture is saying we did, okay? Go to verse 32. And now the Lord is saying, you forgot me. Now he's saying he's going to give a scenario, okay? Verse 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments? Like, can she forget what made her beautiful? Can a maid forget what made her beautiful? No, she's not going to forget that. But Israel forgot what made them beautiful. They forgot that the Lord, Most High God, made them beautiful, okay? And then it says, or a bride, her attire. The bride's not going to forget that beautiful long dress she's going to put on when she get married, right? but we forgot our
Right.
God. We forgot our God.
Mm.
Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. The Lord said we forgot him. It's been so long since we, you know what I mean? We worshiped him and gave him the praise there's no number. And now you wonder why you're in the bottom, because you forgot your God. And he told you if you did that, you would go into captivity. Okay? Read verse 33.
Verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Right. So it's saying, why trimmest thou thy ways? To seek love. Like the Lord gave you all the love you ever needed. And now you're going to change your ways to be loved by another nation of people instead of trying to get the love of the Lord. Now you're going to trim your ways and change who you are to seek love from somebody else. Why trimmest thou thy ways? To seek love. Therefore have thou also taught the wicked one thy ways. So now when you do this thing, right, you're also
Right.
showing the other nations that you're wicked. You're showing them that you're wicked because you're going against your God. You're
Right.
showing your ways to love them. You're going against your God. You're showing them that you are wicked. And that's why we are in the condition that we're in right now. That's why we're in this captivity, because we stopped keeping God's laws. We forgot God. We forgot the Most High power. We forgot the thing that made us beautiful in the earth. We forgot that thing. And we started living in a way where we thought we could do it on our own. We thought we did it for ourselves. We thought we made ourselves fat and beautiful and wonderful. We thought we gave ourselves those what does it say right here? Those ornaments. The ornaments. We thought we got those ornaments on our own. The Most High God did that for us, and we forgot. And now we're trimming our ways to seek love from another people instead of staying in our place and loving our God and showing him love, trying to seek love from him by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? That's where we're at today.
Salakia said,
Go ahead, please.
because he said he's a jealous God. And if you provoke him to jealousy, he's gonna punish you. Even he said he didn't send you to our enemies just to entirely destroy us, but to punish us and to make us remember him, where we come from, who we are as a people, and come back to him.
It's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. Like, how else is he gonna, you know what I mean, make you see your fault? He's not gonna come out of the fourth dimension and do it himself. We read it in the book of Deuteronomy. It said he would send a people from afar, your enemies from afar,
Right.
to destroy you if you go against God. He said, if you go against me, if you forget me, I'm going to send these people to destroy you. And they're going to put a yoke of iron on your neck. And like you said, it's not to destroy us forever, but to bring us, to get us straight, to straighten us out.
Right.
Straight.
Right.
He's trying to straighten us out, get us back in line. Now, the other nations, they can't be in line because he didn't choose them. He never chose
Right.
them. He went into a covenant with them. So he don't expect them to be straight. He expects them to be what they are. And that's what he's using them for. Okay? let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Chapter 7. Give me verse 13. Okay, so the Lord here, you know, I just don't, I'm trying to make it simple so our people can understand that this book holds all the secrets to your life, all the answers to your life. You just have to be willing to follow it and do it. Now, will it happen overnight?
This
No.
is the book.
Hold on. Like, is the whole, like, if you read these records, it's going to tell you it took a while before, you know what I mean, we got into this captivity. You know what I mean? It took us forgetting. We just read it. It said, God said we forgot him for days without numbers. That's how long we had forgotten him before he put us in this captivity. So now it's going to take a lot of days for us to remember him and praise him and worship him, and you know what I mean, and behave the way we're supposed to behave by these laws, statutes, and commandments for him to turn this thing around for us. But we have to do it. It's the only way out. No man can save you. Okay. Go ahead and read what you got, Masha.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he has made crooked?
Stop. Slow down. Hold on. Let me see what we got here. Start me at verse. Oh, wait. Give me verse 7.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyed the heart.
So that's a very old West UPK scripture right there. Like that, we use that, man. So man, that's heavy. Like oppression. All right, so there's two different things right here going on. This is describing two different type of people. Okay, the first one is someone who's oppressed and he's wise and he's mad because of it. All right, so surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. So this wise man knows he's oppressed. This wise man knows what's going on in the earth. This wise man knows, you know what I mean, that we should be keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. He knows that that Esau got his foot on our neck. He knows that they hate us. He knows this stuff, and it makes him mad because he's wise. He understands these things. He knows it, right? But then you have another type of man.
Right.
And it says, a gift destroys the heart. Now, this sounds like Spike Lee, your Christian pastors. All you got to do is give them some money, and they'll come out. Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson. You give them some money. Who else? Rappers, actors, sports leaders. You give them enough money, and they're going to come out and tell you Donald Trump is not a racist.
Right.
Gift destroys the heart. Where's your heart? What does this mean, destroys the heart? What does that mean? Masha, what does that mean? A
Salakia
gift
said,
destroys the heart. What does that
Salakia
mean?
said,
Go ahead.
that means it's destroyed your mind. Heart means mind. Heart is a member of your body, but it's
That's right.
in the Bible when you see heart, that means mind.
Right. Right. That money destroys your mind. That money will destroy your mind. And it'll make you sell your people out. That's if you're not wise. That's if you're not wise. But if you're a wise man, you won't, that gift won't destroy your heart. You won't let that happen. Okay?
Right.
Okay, so keep reading.
Verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the
Right.
patient and spirit.
I'm sorry, keep reading.
And the patient and spirit is better than the proud and spirit.
Right. That's heavy, man. Better is the
It
end
is
of the thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So basically, it's saying, like the oppressed, the wise man who's mad because he knows he's oppressed, he's going to endure. He's not going to take a gift and sell his people out. Because at the end, when the Most High saves him and gets him out of this condition and turn this thing around and put what's on the bottom on the top and what's on top on the bottom, then it'll be better, right? So, and then it goes on
right.
to say, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So being patient, you might, you're not going to take that gift until the end result comes. You might look like the fool, but the proud, he's going to take that money. He's going to get a new car. He's going to get a new house, some new clothes, and he's going to think he's got it going on, but he doesn't. Okay, keep reading.
So, okay, so can, if I said, I'm gonna paraphrase it, if shall, who shall lead it into captivity shall go into captivity. Who kill it with the sword shall be killed with the sword. This is the patient of the saints. Can I use this for this verse too?
Yes, yes, that's perfect. That's very good. That's good. That's definitely a direct precept of what you're saying, because the patient, okay, the thing that is at the end is better than the thing at the beginning, because your enemy is going to come to you and offer you a gift. You need to deny that gift and wait for the thing at the end when Yahushua returns and put us on top. Don't sell your people out for a new car or a new house or some new
Right,
clothes. Have patience, okay? Be smart, be
right.
wise. So that's perfect. Yeah, that's a perfect precept. Keep
That I
reading.
don't concern.
Most High
Verse
Christ.
9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools.
Keep going.
Verse, verse 10. Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this.
Right. So verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry. So it's saying, like, don't do something without thinking about it. Okay? Don't be hasty. Don't just do something. Okay? So that's what that's saying. Like, be patient. That's what you just brought out a minute ago. The patience, okay? For anger rested in the bosom of fools. So if you're hasty and you're not patient, you're going to be a fool. You're not a wise man. Okay? So you
Right,
have to be patient. Okay, and this is why. Listen, say not thou. What is the cause that the former days were better than these? For thou doest not inquire wisely concerning this. So it's, you know what I mean? Like you have to understand why we're in the condition we're in. Okay? Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? Like, if you don't know why the former days were better than these, then you're going to be hasty. And you're just going to do something to try to make it better. You're going to do whatever it takes to try to make today better. You're going to sell your people out. You're going to take the gift from the white man and try to buy a new house, try to buy a new car, try to get new clothes, instead of asking yourself, why is this happening? Why are we in this condition? Why were the latter days or before days better than these days? Well, I'll tell you why they were better. Because those days that were better before now, we served our God. We served him, we trusted him, we believed in him, we served him. We praised our God. We kept the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why those days were good. Now, these days are bad because we don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments no more. We forgot our God for days without number. That's why this is happening like this right now. So now you got to be patient again. Come back to your God, start serving him, and let him, you know what I mean, get you out of this condition. But you got to be patient. You can't want it right now. You can't want it right now at this moment. You got to be patient. You got to wait. You got to wait. Sometimes that waiting, ooh-wee, that waiting is rough. Because you're looking around you and everybody else got it going on. That waiting can be rough, man. But you have to be smart, because it tells you right here. It says, where we at? Bubbity. Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? Man, that's heavy, man. Like we gotta ask ourselves, why are we in this condition? Why were the former days better? I'm gonna answer it, because we kept God's laws back then. Okay. For thou doest not inquire wisely concerning this. That's the average Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. They don't inquire, why are we in this condition? All they want to know is, how can I make my life better right now? You know what I mean? Not why are you in this condition, but just, how do I get better? How can I get a big house? How can I have, all the things I want at my disposal when I want it? Instead of trying to figure out why this thing happened in the first place. Okay, why are you in this condition anyway? You know what I mean? Keep reading. Pick up verse 11.
Verse 11. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. Verse 12. For wisdom is the defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
And that's heavy.
That's heavy, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. That's, man, like, you have to really understand the poetry of these scriptures, man. Verse 11, wisdom is good with an inheritance. Like, what is an inheritance? What is the inheritance?
Inheritance is, I'm gonna say it like this, just like when your parents die and they they left you something. They left you a land or some money, that inheritance.
Right. Wisdom is good with an inheritance. Like, you can get an inheritance, But if you're not wise, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it.
Right, right.
The inheritance is not, you know what I mean, is not gonna help you. It's not gonna help you because you're not wise. You have to be wise, okay? Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. What does that mean? That it is profit to them that see the sun. Okay? It's basically saying, just like the Lord said, he's the Lord of he's the God of the living, not the God of the dead. Okay? So if you're alive, if you're living on the earth, okay, then, you know, this inheritance is good with wisdom. Okay? It can be profitable, but you got to be wise. Okay? Verse 12. For wisdom is a defense. Being wise will keep you from, how can I say this? Being wise will keep you from going into captivity. Let's put it like that. Okay? Being wise will keep you from going into captivity and having to serve another people. Okay? And money is a defense. Money should definitely be a defense. Money shouldn't be used for evil or for bad. Money should be a defense against hunger. Money should be a defense against shelter. You having shelter. Money should be a defense against, you know, keeping the other nations out of your land. Okay? Money should be a defense, not something used for evil. Okay? But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So first you got, like, you don't even have to have an inheritance. You don't have to have an inheritance. You don't have to have money. What was the other thing? But you do need to have wisdom. Like, wisdom will get you money. Wisdom will get you money so you can use that money as a defense. Okay? Wisdom will get you an inheritance. Wisdom will get you an inheritance because if you're wise and you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you do what God say, then you'll have an inheritance, right? You won't be in captivity. You won't be on the bottom. So basically, wisdom is everything. Wisdom is what you need, okay? And that's what we need today in 2024. We need more wisdom to know that we need to do things like ask ourselves, why was the former days better than these days? You got to be wise to ask that type of question instead of just wanting to get what you can get today and make your life better today and not figure out why you even got in this condition. So wisdom is everything, man. Wisdom is everything. Okay?
Right.
So let's go to
Verse 13, sir.
Please. Read
Verse 13. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked?
Perfect. Perfect. That's why we came here to this. That's why we came to this scripture, because we was talking about it a little while ago. The Lord is punishing us right now to get us back in line, to do what? Get us straight, right? He's trying to get us straight.
Right.
But he never went into a covenant with the other nations. So they not straight. They're crooked. You're the one supposed to be straight. You're the one supposed to be on the straight and narrow.
Right.
So the Lord is
Right.
using what's crooked to get you straight. He put them over the top of you, spanking your tail, hanging you from trees, shooting you in the streets, unaliving you, raping your women, all these things, killing your children, so you can come get wise and say, why is this thing happening? Why is this happening? You have to ask yourself that. Why is this happening? And the Lord is saying, consider the work of God. For who can make straight that which he have made crooked? Okay, this is Solomon speaking. Consider the work of God. For who can make that straight which is crooked? And that's where we at. We are in love with these people that are crooked and trying to make them straight. No matter how much they say stuff about us or do things to us, all right? The latest is what? Puerto Rico is a floating island of garbage. What are we going to do? We're going to have black people going to come out and say, oh, we just have to, show them more love so they'll love us more, and we got to teach them how to love, and we got to teach them this, and we got to do this, and we got to do that. And the Lord is saying, how are you going to make this thing straight that I made crooked? How are you going to straighten out something I made? The Lord made them like this. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord made them hateful. He read it in the book of Deuteronomy. He said he was going to send a nation against you with a fierce countenance. He made them like this. So how you going to change the way? The Lord made them like this, and you going to change them? You got to be kidding me, man. What you need to do. Come on, go ahead.
It's just like you coming for the lion and you said, please, Mr. Lion, don't kill me, don't hit me.
Right. We've been doing that we've been doing that since the 30s and 40s and 50s, marching and begging for them to love us.
Right.
You understand? And what we need to be doing is begging the Most High to love us. That's what we need to be doing. Okay? And instead of trying to make them straight, instead of trying to get them straight and change them, we should be changing. We should be changing
your mind,
our minds,
ourselves, our mind.
We need to change our minds. We need to change our hearts. We need to change ourselves, not somebody else. You understand?
Right.
Because God made them that way. And all that love that you have, all that compassion that you have, and you've been showing your enemy for over 400 years, you need to show that to each other. We need to show that to each other, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We need to take that love and change our minds and show that love to each other and to our God. Okay? So we can get out of this condition. So we don't have to be called, people that are a floating island of garbage. You understand? We've been going, you know what I'm saying? We've been going at it with these people for thousands of years, Masha. We've been fighting Esau for thousands of years. And I don't see how Black people think that, we can change them to make them love us. It's just not going to happen. I don't know why
Right.
we should just scratch that and love each other. We rather we can love us some of them, but we can't love one another. It's only because we've been destroyed. He put a yoke of iron on our neck and he destroyed us. So under commanding General Yohana in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we are trying to turn that around. We are trying to
Right.
fix the minds of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians so we know who to love. We know who to try to change. We know who to serve. We'll know why this thing happened, why the former days were better than these days. That's the question that, the Christian church will never ask or answer. They just want to get. They want the gift. They want the now. They don't want the long term where this, you know what I mean, where we'll be in rulership forever. They just want what they want for themselves right now. That's how you know they're selfish. Because I'm willing to suffer and deny myself, sacrifice myself like Christ did. I'm sacrificing everything I want, everything I believe in. I'm sacrificing, forgetting it, and doing what God said to do. Now, it might not happen in my lifetime, but maybe it'll happen in my kids' lifetime or my kids' lifetime.
Right.
But I'm not going to be selfish.
Right.
Take a gift today just so I can live good, so they're not able to. Now they have to fend for themselves. Now they have to work a 9 to 5. Now they still got to be on the bottom. No, I'm going to sacrifice me and what I want. Come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Be patient, and hopefully that'll, you know what I mean. Enough of us turn our lives around and change our minds. We'll get the Lord back on our side.
Right.
Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the class. You got anything you want to add before I end the class, Masha?
Not answer, but it was good, sir. It was a good class. You went so deep, and
Most High,
I get a lot. I get a lot.
Most High in Christ. That's, the whole thing is, we have to figure out a way to make Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people know. We got to break these scriptures down so they can understand and know the whole purpose of your life is to serve the Most High God of the universe. That's your whole purpose. That's what you put on this earth. And you not doing your job puts you in hell. Puts you in a condition where you have to suffer. You have to be on the bottom. You have to go to another nation of people and want of all things simply because you're not doing your job. You're not doing what God created you to do, and that's just to serve him. And how do you serve God? By serving Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, by loving each other. That simple. Okay? So with that,
Just Salakia said,
go ahead.
just like just like the scripture said, love the Most High with all your mind, all your heart, and keep His commandments. This is the whole duty of man on this earth.
That's it, man. That's your job. It's so crazy. Like, people don't understand why Black people, at least Hispanics and Native Indians, they don't understand, like, what's my purpose in life? That's your purpose in life, to serve God. Now, anything else is like a bonus. If you know how to play basketball good and you're an NBA star, that's just a bonus. That's a talent you got.
Right.
So you can serve your God even better. You get that money and make it a defense for your people. So that's, the whole thing is, we don't want to serve God. We want to serve ourselves. and I come out on this channel to let Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians know that it's imperative that you serve God and not yourself, or you will be destroyed. Okay, you will be on the bottom and you'll be a floating island of garbage. Okay, so with that, we're going to end the class. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under Commanding General Yohana, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. And since 1969, we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that you are God's chosen people. And I always say with that comes responsibility, a duty to serve your God, okay? So with that, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Baraka Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Thumb by Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. That's it. Shalom. Shalom, warrior.
Salam.
Most High Christ, I'll get with you.